Registered Phenomena Code, 002. Object Class, Alpha Yellow. Hazard Types, Mechanical Hazard. Containment Protocols, RPC-002 is to be contained in a standard Alpha class container. RPC-002 is only to be removed for testing purposes, which must be cleared by any Level 3 research staff. RPC-002 is not to be used outside of approved testing areas, and only on approved targets. All organic-based testing must be approved by the site redacted director. See Addendum 002-1. Description: RPC-002 is a cold single-action army revolver, painted silver, with a wooden handle. RPC-002 displays no anomalous properties when unloaded, and pulling the trigger has no anomalous effects. The material and quality of any bullet loaded into RPC-002 has no effect other than as a delivery vehicle for RPC-002's anomalous effects. When any bullet fired from RPC-002 connects with an object, it affects objects on the subatomic level, changing any manipulating matter to change based on what cylinder has been fired. This does not require penetration, and will work at any velocity. While this affects more complex compounds, it is far less effective, spreading its effect out in a much smaller area, and often not converting the entire compound to the new element, due to impurities. When used on base elements, RPC-002 manipulates the element into another element, state, or form. This changes based off of what cylinder the RPC-002 is currently rotated to. While multiple attempts have been made to mark and catalog which chamber has what effect, the item seems to anomalously clear and clean itself, preventing all markings. The item also seems to pose a minor cognitohazard effect. Anyone focusing their mind on keeping the exact rotations of each cylinder seem to remember numbers incorrectly and will be convinced that the number they remembered is correct, even when researchers have the rotations marked down from prior testing in a session. Though testing is difficult, the reference point of the only constant, the destroyed chamber, makes it possible to test and mark each cylinder. Each cylinder is denoted with a dash at the end of the test log, in order of cylinder tested by distance from the control destroyed cylinder. Experiment log. Test number, RPC-0021. Subject, CSD 4867, Asian male, age 38. Procedure: Agent Jameson is ordered to point and fire the revolver at CSD 4867. Results: CSD 4867, on contact with the bullet, instantly increased 1670 degrees Celsius, killing the subject instantly, and turning their bones to ash. No anomalous properties were found within the ash. Notes: from the temperature recording, it seemed CSD 4867 was increased to the melting point for human bones. From the recording, it seems that the bullet does not need to penetrate the skin, making contact is enough to induce this effect. Notice from head researcher: organic testing is to be discontinued. Test number, RPC-0022. Subject, 1 bar of steel alloy. Procedure: RPC-002 is to be fired by Agent Connors into the subject. Results: upon collision of the bullet with the steel alloy, a violent crashing occurred on each side of the testing chamber. When investigated, it was discovered that RPC-002 had separated the steel's base elements, carbon and iron, to the opposite sides of the room. It was found that these two elements were also free from impurities, as those had been left at the original resting point of the steel alloy. Notes: the steel jacket casing of the bullet used in testing was not separated, although it was malformed from contact. Interestingly, even if the payload is the same as the subject, it will not be affected. Test number, RPC-0023. Subject, 1 kg of firewood, from an English oak. Procedure: Agent Connors is asked to fire RPC-002 into the firewood. Results: on the bullet's impact with the firewood, Agent Connors collapsed, instantly ceasing movement. Fog immediately covered observation windows, obstructing vision and the cause of death. Notes: following this, site entered lockdown under the assumption of a containment breach. On retrieval of RPC-002, it was discovered that RPC-002 had changed the temperature of the firewood to absolute zero, which spread throughout the room and killed Agent Connors, causing the rapid spread of fog to the observation windows. Notice from Site Director: RPC-002 is to be fired with a remotely controlled trigger for all further testing. Test number: RPC-0024. Subject: 1 rubber sheet. Procedure: RPC-002 was triggered remotely using a mechanical pull system, firing at the subject. Results: when the bullet connected with the rubber sheet, rather than experiencing any resistance, the bullet traveled straight through, the sheet collapsing similar to dust. It was discovered on investigation that the rubber sheet had collapsed into small pieces, crumbling and breaking when any pressure was applied. These pieces, while small, were unusually heavy. Further testing of the properties revealed a high conduction of electricity in the object. Notes: the new material created by RPC-002 conducts far greater than any normal materials available. In the short distance tests we were able to perform, the electricity lost only 0.0003% of its energy over a 5 km closed circuit. Test number: RPC-0025. Subject: 1 cup of water. Procedure: RPC-002 was loaded with a bullet into the destroyed chamber. It was fired remotely. Results: RPC-002's hammer did not trigger the bullet inside of it, due to the internal damage of the chamber. Notes: on closer examination of the chamber, the damage seems similar to that of a backfire where the bullet never made it out of the chamber. Whether due to its own effects, or damage from external sources, it is unable to be fired. Repair options are being explored, but have thus far been repelled by the gun's anomalous properties to maintain itself. Test number: RPC-0026. Subject: 1 cup of water. Procedure: RPC-002 was triggered remotely from the observation room, angled downward towards the cup to impact the water before the cup. Results: see incident log RPC-0026. Notes: it's nothing more than luck that a cup of water was selected for this test. Had any object larger than that been selected, it would have leveled all of. Incident log RPC-0026. On 4/12/20, 8:22 am, RPC-002 was undergoing testing of its final chamber. Subject chosen was a cup of water, fired downwards to connect with the water rather than the cup. At 8:23 am, all contact was lost with site, which at the current time had multiple researchers in communication with other sites. An automatic distress signal was sent out, signaling that one or more RPCs had breached containment. MST recovery teams were immediately sent out to recontain and neutralize any threats, anomalous or otherwise. On first responder arrival to site, one MST operator noticed a sinkhole near the site's entrance. It was discovered at that time that all but the exterior framework of the east side of site had been destroyed. MST operatives secured and neutralized all on-site anomalous threats, but were unable to recover the black box. It is unsure exactly what occurred, but it appears that matter has been vaporized in a m radius around the initial detonation area. RPC-002 was recovered successfully during search and rescue operations, and no lasting damage was found. Multiple RPCs were unconfirmed as neutralized, and at this time it is unknown whether the blast neutralized them or facilitated their escape. Addendum 002-1, all testing suspended on orders of Global Director 04. Due to the item's anomalous self-concealing properties, and incident RPC-0026, further testing has been considered too dangerous to continue. Addendum 002-2, RPC-002 has been transferred to Site 001 by order of the Board.